Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am going to be doing a live budget today. Let's get ahead for February. Let me fix my camera and all of that good, wonderful things so that you can see properly. But we are going to be going over February today. All right. We're going to be going over February. Let's get ahead while the month is still good and going. Let's get ahead. Do you all plan? Do you all, plan and lay out your months before they get here? Let me know in the comments. Also, thank you so much for joining my live. Please like the video if you are on. I appreciate it very much. It helps me out. It helps me get to as many people as I can. So please like the video if you are on as well. Thank you so much for joining. Also, this budget template that I'm using today, this budget template that I am using, it is available for free. I have a free 12-month budget planner available in my bio, but I want to show you how to use, I'm going to show you how to use the month. So here we're looking at February. As we all know, February is coming up. February is in about, 10 days. February is 10 days away. Please like the video if you are on. Thank you so much. February is 10 days away. And so the best way to plan, the best way to prepare for February is to plan ahead of time. It's the best way. Okay. So here I have my February budget. If you're on, please like the video. Thank you. Here I have the budget template. Actually, this is the full month. So we're actually going to go over the full entire month of February. I'm going to show you how you can budget. I am going to be using one of my clients' information, but I'm going to show you how you can budget. So the first page of the month is going to be the calendar. The calendar is here for a very good reason, okay? The calendar is going to, it helps you stay organized because we're moving in order this year, right? It helps you to become organized. It helps you to lay out and know what is coming up so that you are not surprised, so you are not bamboozled by anything. So the best way to start Sorry about that. The best way to start your month is by noting this, okay? So the first thing that I do, I go in and it kind of gives you what exactly to do for this page here. The first thing it says is number calendar days. For February, the first is on a Sunday. So I'm going to go through and I am going to number all of my calendar days. I have this budget. I have a 12-month free budget template available in the link in my bio. This is completely free for you. Okay. This is to help you get back on top of your money. So your money is not always on top of you. Amen. All right. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to go in and you want to number your days. How many days? Oh, Lord, I'm adding extra days to February. Lord have mercy. So you want to go through and you want to number your days. Okay. All right. So once that's done, we good on that. Now, the next thing to do is to add the payday. So I'm going to be using an example budget. Let's say this is for Jasmine, okay? Jasmine earns bi-weekly. She earns 12, let me see, hold on. That ain't right. Bi-weekly, she earns 12, let me see, hold on. That ain't right. Bi-weekly. I don't know why I keep getting calls, like. Right. So bi-weekly, we are going to be using Jasmine. Also, if you're on, please like the video. Bi-weekly, we're going to be using Jasmine. Now, The monthly take home for Jasmine is $3,700 for her, okay? So let me get this here. Alrighty. All right. So the monthly days is $1,800, okay? Now, the first let's take this here and let's say that the first pay check is going to be here. So this is going to be a payday. Okay? And then biweekly, this is the next payday. Okay? So all of the paydays have been listed on the calendar. Cool, great, wonderful. So now the next step is to go in, and now let's go ahead and add the bills to the payday. So once we do it, I'm going to show you how to organize this so that you make sure that whenever you come in, you know exactly which one we're doing. So the first thing we did was we numbered the calendar days. The second one was we added the paydays. Now we need to go in and add the bills, okay? It's very important that you add your bills and the day that they're due. If you do not know, if you wondering and guessing, a great thing to do is really honestly like take a piece of paper, write down every bill that you have, look it up if you need to log in, and whatever you need to do, but make sure that you have the days that the paydays are, that they are due. And whatever you need to do, but make sure that you have the days that the paydays are, that they are due. All right. Sorry about that. Let me get it back fixed up here. Alrighty. So it's important to notate the day that is due. So we're gonna go in here and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to add Jasmine's fixed bills, okay? So the fixed bills is the rent, which stays the same, the car note, okay? The next thing is the car insurance. All right. The next thing is the phone. Okay. These are the days that they are due. Okay. The next thing is the internet. All right. Next thing is also daycare. Okay. These are all of the fixed bills. Fixed means they do not change in amount. They are the same amount. Okay. Sometimes your internet bill may be different, then it would turn into a variable bill. But for this particular person, the internet and the phone bill are the same every month. All right, let's go on to the variable bills, which is the electric bill. Okay, the next one is the gas bill. All right, then we have groceries. All right, then we have household essentials. Household things. And then Jasmine has 3 credit cards, right? And then there's one collection that she's paying off. If you're on, please like the video. Thank you so much. If you are watching, I thank you so much. I am going over a February budget. Okay. I have a 12-month free budget planner, in the link in my bio. So if you follow me, then you will be able to receive that as well. Or you can DM me and I can send it to you as well. But if you are on, like I said, please like the video. Thank you. The next one I have, like I mentioned, she has 2 credit cards and it's one collection that she's paying off. Okay. This credit card, I'm just going to put this here. Credit card 1, credit card 2. And then the collection account is due every 25th of the month. Okay. So the goal is here now. We've listed out what we've numbered our days, we've added the paydays, and we've added the bills and the debt payments. Now this is something that I do for a visual that helps me out visually, when I'm going in and I'm looking at this. I go in with 3 highlighters. Okay. I go in with 3 highlighters. And what this does is this color codes everything for you. Okay. So for my paydays, I go in and I highlight my paydays. Okay. I highlight the paydays. For the bills, I go in and I highlight all of the bills: rent, gas, household, internet, phone, electric, daycare, groceries. I go in and I highlight all of those. All right. And then I go in with my debt payments, because so I know that these are debt payments. Right. And so I go in and I highlight each of those. Now, what does that do? That tells me that when I go in, it lets me know that all of my blues are my bills that need to be paid. I look at my green, and then I look at all of the blues that are inside of the green. I'll show you how to organize this once we get to the next page. Another thing I do for myself, I list a monthly goal that I want to accomplish, right? A lot of times I do this here. Sometimes it's that, sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's an increase on so what I want to do. So I'll list the monthly goal here. Sometimes it's increase my offering that I do at church, and then sometimes it's pay off and closing account. And so I'll kind of look and track and look back to see if I have accomplished that goal. It's really good to set these goals, like monthly goals for yourself. That way you can kind of, you won't, you have something that you are accomplishing throughout the month, and not just, oh, this is what I want to do in 3 months, or this is what I want to do within a year. You can see yourself accomplishing little goals. And what happens is, as you begin to flip through the months, then you can see, okay, wow, I actually completed this goal. And once you go in and you complete that goal, check it off, so you know that you are doing the stuff that you're setting out to do. Okay. So here it is. We've numbered our calendar. We've done our calendar. This is the very first thing that we do at the start of the month. Okay. So now we go on to our monthly budget sheet. Okay. The purpose of this is to give us a high level overview of what we are doing or what we have to pay for that month. Okay. This is the overview of what we're having to pay for the month. If you're on, thank you so much for liking. Please like the video. So here I'm going to list all of the incomes for the month. If there are any subscriptions, fixed expenses, credit card payments, variable expenses, any low priority funds, savings, any savings challenges that I'm doing or that you're doing, and then the monthly totals. Okay. So this is the full monthly plan. The more that you put order to your money, the more that you're going to be able to do with it, or the more that you're able to see what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. Okay. And so it just creates a leeway for you to be able to do more. If your problem is you need to make more income, well, you need to be able to see why you need to make more income. You need to be able to see, okay, or if it's, I have too many subscriptions, so I need to cut down on this, or maybe I need to close some of these fixed expenses, or find a way to lower them. So this is what we're gonna look at. So and then also here you can always refer back to your calendar, right? So our payday is the 4th, and the payday is the 18th. So we are on February. So let's do 2/4 and 2/18, right? I'm gonna just put payday here, right? And what are those amounts for each check? Remember I told you it's $18.50. Okay. So now, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching, please like the video. So you have listened to 2 paydays. Now for myself, I do not total it up until the end of the month. Things be happening. God be blessing. Money be adding. Bills be going away. Okay. So I don't do my totals until like the last week of the month. All right. So now the paydays are listed. And now I'm going to go in. This is for the whole month of February. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to list all subscriptions, right? So for Jasmine, I'm working on Jasmine. For Jasmine, there are no subscriptions. Let me make sure. I'm over here looking. No, there's no subscriptions for Jasmine. All right. So this is zeroed out. Now for yourself, you know, we be having Netflix and we be having Apple. This is where you would include those subscriptions at right here. Another one, HBO Max. We be having all of those good and wonderful things. So if you have subscriptions, you will list them here. You can total them. If you know you're not going to add anything, you can go ahead and do the total. All right. So the next one is the fixed expenses. What are the fixed bills? These are the bills that do not change in amount. All right. So again, we go back here to our calendar to get our due dates once you have done that. But the first fixed expense we have listed is rent. We know the rent due on the first of the month, right? And then the rent is, let me make sure I got that right. Yep, the rent is $12.50. I don't never put cents. I always round it up. You can put cents. You don't have to. It doesn't matter. But the first is the rent. The next fixed bill is the car note. Okay. The car note is due on the 6th. All right. The car note is $4.25 per month. Also, let me give you some free game on this car note if you do not know. $4.25 may or may not be high depending on what type of vehicle she has. But a lot of times what we do is we go to the dealership and we have them run our credit, right? We give them free reins to our credit. And what they do is they go and they shop out and they send out your social security number to several finance companies. But if you are banking with if you're banking with a credit union or a regular bank, you can go to your bank and you could tell them that you want to be pre-qualified for a car loan. Bank, whether it's Navy Federal, whether it's Penn Fed, whether it's Wells Fargo, whether it's Bank of America, you go and you tell your bank, listen, I want to get pre-approved for a car loan. And what they would do just with their bank, they will run your numbers. They would determine if you are eligible for a car loan and they will give you a pre-approved amount loan. What you do with their pre-approved amount loan is you go and you take it to the car lot. You let them know this is how much you're approved for. They don't need to know about your payments. They don't need to know about any of that. You just simply hand them that pre-approval letter that your bank gave them, and they will allow you to shop around for cars based on that. When you do your pre-approval with your bank, they're going to tell you your monthly payments. After they pre-approve you, they're going to tell you your monthly payments. They're going to tell you how much that you've been approved for and for how much a month. All right. So when you're going to get a car, go to your bank. Don't go to these car lots and allow them to shop your social security number to several different finance companies, because what happens is your score drops. And that also messes with the ability for you to be able to get a car as well. So anyway, so we got the car note that's on the 6th. All right. The next thing that we also have on the 6th is the car insurance. Okay. Her car insurance is on the 6th. The car insurance every month is $185. All right. The next thing that we have, that's a variable that's due on the 10th, the 13th. That's a variable. Phone bill. The next one we have is a phone bill, which is due on the 15th. All right. So the phone bill, I'll list the date. I can just put phone, and then it's $135 a month. All right. The next thing that I see here is internet. Internet is on the 19th. Okay. Internet on the 19th for $85. That's about how much my internet bill is too. If you're on, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you are on. The next bill I see here is groceries. That's variable. Child care is the next one I see. That is due on the 24th. Okay. That is due on the 24th, and that is for $320 every month. And finally, the last one, which is electric bill, she has it listed under variable. Okay. So here are the fixed expenses. We can total this up if it's not going to change. If you anything like me, life change, things happen. So I'll be needing to add more. So you can come down here and let's just go ahead and total it up. Hold on. Let's go ahead and total it up. 1850 times 2. That's 3,700. And then let's go here. We're going to add each of these up. Let me see if I got my calculator with me. Hold on, let me pull my calculator out. All right. So, here we go. All right, so the rent is $1,250. Okay. Car note is $425. Car insurance is $185. Phone bill is $135. Internet is $85. Childcare is $320 a month. So all of her variable expenses every month is $2,400. And you would simply just go down here to the bottom and put that. All right. Now, I did mention that Miss Jasmine do have credit card payments. Okay. So the credit card payments are due on the 20th. Both of them are due on the 20th. Okay. So here's credit card 1, credit card 2. You can put the name. Let's say it's Capital One. And let's say this is Bank of America. Okay. All right. So the amounts for the credit card payments. Let me go down here. Credit card 1 is $75. This is the minimum amount. Credit card 2 is $50. All right. So here it is that the Capital One credit card is $75. Now let's go through and let's add up. Credit card payments are $125. Okay. So here we've completed the first sheet. She do not have any subscriptions. We have the payday totals. We have the fixed expenses and we have the credit card payment total. All right. So we have to keep on moving on because now we have our variable expenses. Okay. Our variable expenses are expenses that change in amount every month. Okay. They change in amount every month. All right. So the first variable expense that we have listed here for her, let's go back here, is the electric. The electric bill changes. We know this. All right. So the electric bill is due on the, let's go back. Hold on. Water. I want to make sure I do this. I'm just anal about this and I want to make sure my dates are in order. Okay, so the first one is household. She typically buys this on the 13th of every month. Okay, she typically get her household items, household things, whatever is needed. She's allocated $75 for February to take care of that. All right, the next one is gas. The gas, and actually, see, this is what I be telling you. I'm anal about this. I didn't miss this date. It's out of whack for me now, but we're going to keep on going on. Gas bill. The gas bill is $120 for the month of February. All right. The next one is, let me see, household, internet is fixed. Groceries. The next one is groceries. Okay. Now, you can set out a day that you want to take care of your groceries, or you can just say, okay, when I get paid on this day, I'll take care of the groceries then. But here's the groceries. We know that the groceries is high. Food is high these days. Almost the same as the rent. All right. So the groceries, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching, please like the video. The groceries for the month, she's allocating $450. Okay. Now the next one that she has is the electric. And let me just make sure. Yep. The electric bill. The electric bill is due on the 26th. Okay. The electric bill is due on the 26th. All right. And the electric bill is, let's go over here and check, it's $165. All right. So that's it. There's all of the variable expenses. So let's go through now and add it up. 75, 120, 450, 165. Variable expenses are $810. Okay. You want to know this because, and really what I do is when I get done, well, what I used to do, I'll look at all of my totals and I'll look at my income and I'll look to see if I can afford to live. Okay. Because I'll be wanting to know, can I afford to live? Or do I need to go get me another job? Do I need to go get me another job, or can I afford, can I stay here? So that's what I used to look at this for, to like to see, because sometimes our problem is not our expenses. Sometimes our problem is not, what we're paying out. Sometimes your problem can be you don't have enough coming in. Okay. And I got little things, I got, options and things available for you to kind of alleviate that. But sometimes we don't make enough money. Right. And so you have to really look at your specific money situation. You have to look at the reason, and you have to look at your situation, and then you have to figure out what you need to do to come out of the situation. What do I need to do to change where I'm at now, because I want to be somewhere better? And so you have to look at that. But the only way that you can look at that is by recording your data, right? You got to record your data. You got to know what is here, what you got coming in. All right. And then you have to move accordingly, and sometimes swiftly. All right. So we got taking care of the variable expenses there, $810. Now, currently right now, she's not saving any money. That is not a good thing. That is not a good thing to not be saving money, okay? But this is the current situation right now, because she's trying to set order within the finances. The next is the low priority funds. Honestly, I would have put the low priority funds over here. The household over here, but in some cases it's not. It's not. And then, since we already have one place that's subscriptions, I'm going to use this here. Actually, I already did my credit card payments. Okay, no, we good. All right. So now let's look at this. Let's look at what we have here, right? Let's recap before we actually go into budgeting out the actual paycheck. All right. So the first thing that you do for the month is you look at your calendar, you number your days, and I have the steps here listed for you. I have this completely free. If you send me a DM, I can give you this 12-month budget planner for free for you. All right. We got to get our finances in order this year. All right. So there's no excuses. If you want a copy of your own 12-month budget planner, send me a DM and we can, and I can get it over to you. So this is, what's included for each month of my budget. You'll get a cover letter for that month. You'll get a little cover. It'll have some type of whatever motivational or scriptural thing here. And then the second sheet is your calendar. You number your calendar days, you add your pay days, you add your bills, you add your debt payments. Okay. I list goals here, and then I go in and I highlight. All right. Then here I look at my monthly totals. This is how I know how much I am paying monthly. This is what I have to take. This is what this person, has to take care of monthly. So we went in and we added all of her expenses, by the month. Okay. And then we can go through here and total it. Let's just do that. Let's see. We're not going to put the date. So fixed expenses, all of our fixed expenses came out to be $2,400. Credit card payments came out to be $125. And then variables came out to be $810. All right. Let's see how much that is a month. $125, $810. All right. That's cutting it close. That's cutting it real close. That's $3,335. That's how much it is every month. Okay. So this is how much she's paying out every month. All right. Now let's go to the next one, which is our paycheck, because yes, we know what we're going to do every month, but some people I need my paycheck budgeted, right? I need to know what I'm going to be doing for this paycheck. I need to know how I'm going to be, spending this paycheck. It's very important to know that. All right. So we know that the first paycheck, which comes on February 4th, this paycheck, so that's going to be 2/4. This is a payday. I'm not going to list her job. And this paycheck is for $18.50. All right. This is the only income that she has. The only income. All right. So we have here $18.50. We are budgeting now the first paycheck of the month. All right. So the fixed expenses. Now, this is what you can do to determine what exactly you want to cover on which payday. Okay. So you can look at your payday, right? Technically, this one is supposed to be paid, and the rent that you're supposed to be paying with these paychecks are for March, okay? Because this one's supposed to already be taken care of. All right. So you want to look at from this payday to this payday, right? So from the 4th to the 18th, you want to look at what bills are in between there, okay? So for here, from the 4th into the 17th, let's take it there. I have the car note, I have the insurance, I have the gas bill, I have my household essentials, and I have my phone bill. Those are the ones that have to be paid, right? So what you're going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to list, right? All right. All right. I'm going to go over here, and those expenses that were listed in between those two paydays, I'm going to go in and I'm going to add them here. Okay. So like I said, we have the car note. We have the insurance. Okay. These are both two of the fixed bills. So let's go here and let's go. The car note, we know again is due on the 6th, and also the insurance due on the 6th, right? So this is the car note and this is the car insurance. If I can spell. All right. The car note is $425. Okay. Car note is $425. Car insurance is $185. Okay. Now, this is the first thing. This is one of the things that I do, right? Or you can do. I'm not going to say that I do, but you can do. Let's say that you are really, your income is not that high. And you are trying to work out a plan to where you can make sure that on the first that your rent is paid. What you can do is you can split your rent. So right here, the rent is going to be due on 3/1, right? And you're going to do rent, and you can kind of notate that you're going to do half of the rent. Remember, the rent for this person is $1,250. So you can put $625. All right. You can do $625. Listed on that. Now let's go over to, let's see, we also have the internet that's going to be due on the 19th. Let me see, the internet is due on the 19th, and the groceries we take care of the 23rd. Okay, so let's look at the other one, the gas bill, which is due on the 10th. The gas bill is listed under a variable, and we said that that's due on the 10th. Let's go ahead and put it here. Gas bill. The gas bill is $120. All right. So let's look at this. Let's total up our fixed. 125, 185, 625. So $1,235 is the fixed expenses amount. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on, please like the video. It helps me out a great deal if you like the video while you are on. All right. We trying to help as many people as we can get their finances in order this year. All right. So the fixed expenses are $1,235. All right. So let's see how much you got left. So we got a paycheck after taxes and all of that, insurance, all of that good, wonderful things. Gets a fixed amount of $18.50. We know that, gets a fixed amount of $18.50. We know that right. There we go. Hold on, let me fix my camera. All right, there we go. All righty. So $1,235, that's $615 left. So we got $615 to take care of some bills with, all right? So the first variable expense we have is the gas bill. All right. Let's look at this. Let's go back to our calendar. And when you first start doing this year, there's going to be a lot of flipping back and forth because you need to make sure that you are on your P's and your Q's with this, okay? So we've got this car note down. We've got the insurance. We got the gas bill. Do we have the household and the phone bill? Let's go back and look. We don't have the household or the phone bill. And actually, the phone bill is a fixed expense that's due on the 15th. So let's go over here. She say her phone bill is a fixed expense, and the phone bill is $135. This is why I do not total up until the end of the month. Y'all seeing live why I do not total up until the end of the month. So $625, or in this case, the end of that paycheck, and then $135. So we got $1,235 plus 135. 5 plus 135. All right, that's $1,370. So our new amount is $1,370. Me, I'm anal about things. I will white it out, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, $1,370. So now let's see how much did we have. $1,850 minus $1,370. That's $480. All right, so the last thing that we need to add on here that she has is household essentials. This is another, or household items, right? And there's $75 needed for that. So let's go ahead and let's add up our variable expenses, okay? So we got the 120 and the 75, and that gives us 195. All right, so let's recap this. Okay, our payday is here. And then when I go in and when you go in and that actual event happens, you can highlight it or you can kind of check mark it to know, okay, this is done or this has happened. All right. And then we have our car note. We have our car insurance. We have the rent. She has the phone. Okay. Like I said, when each of these are done, just go ahead and check it off. Okay, and then next thing we have is the gas, and we have the household. All right, and then we also have our totals listed down below. Okay, now let's go to the next page because there is a second page to this. The next one is the credit card payments. Now, the credit card payments are due at the end of the month. She's not saving any money. She doesn't have any low priority funds, and she does not have any subscriptions. Okay. So for this particular page here, for her, everything is zeroed out. For you, if you have them, this is where you would enter it in at. So let's go ahead and do our totals, right? Let's go ahead and balance this. The total income is $1,850. All expenses. So this is the variable and the fixed expenses. So this is the $1,370. Plus the $195. These things press when they want to. That's $1,565. All right. So all expenses are $1,565. All right. So you want to see what you got. We want to see what Jasmine has left over. So we have our $1,850 minus our $1,565. She has $285 left over. But wait a minute. Because that don't mean that that's free money. That don't mean that, oh, she can go, you can go, and you can go get you some bundles, or you can go and, and hit up Ross. Because that's the only place you're going to be able to hit up with $285. Or you can hit up Target. This is not what this means. This means that this is the cushion that you have to be able to plan and pre-plan and do some of the things that you know that you need to do. Okay? So for Jasmine, because that's who budget we are working on. For Jasmine, let's say, okay, she has $285. So this is something that she can do. Now she can start saving. She can put some in the savings. You don't need much. She can go ahead and put $50 into her savings account if she wanted to. She can pay another one of her bills, right? That's coming up on before her next check. She can take care of her internet bill. Her internet bill is $85. She could take care of her internet bill. But for the sake of this live, let's just go ahead and say that she has this $285 left over. We can talk about different things that you can do, while you are trying to save or build or whatever it is that you're trying to do. We could talk about that in later. So next we have her next paycheck, her last paycheck, okay? Her last paycheck, which she gets on 2/18. So this is Feb 18. She's getting another $18.50. Okay. And let's go ahead and fill our date in here with our details. $18.50. Okay. So what have we done so far this month for February? We've taken care of actually a good bulk of our bills, right? She's taking care of a good bulk of her bills. Her car note is paid for the month. The insurance is paid for the month. She's done half of the rent. So that's the first thing that we want to do. We want to take care of the next half of the rent. Remember, this is your due date, okay? This is the rent. So she's taking care of the other half of the rent, okay? And so the other half of the rent is $625, okay? The rent is $1,250. She's splitting it amongst two of them. So the other half is $625. That's the first thing. The next thing that we want to take care of is the electric bill. Okay. Well, let's look at our calendar. All right. So this is the payday that we're working on here. So the internet bill is the first one, actually $219. The internet is listed under the fixed expenses. Okay. And the internet is, let's go here, internet, $85. Well, hold on, I think we did. Didn't we add that? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, internet, $85. All right. Then the next one that we want to look at is the water. We have the water bill. Oh, she doesn't have a water bill. Okay, so let's look at this. The groceries is the next thing. Oh, that's a big one. The groceries is a variable expense. This is the day she's saying that she goes grocery shopping and she wants to allocate some money to go towards her groceries. Okay, and that is going to be $250. Is the money that she wants to allocate to go towards that. The next one that we have is childcare. She's taking care of all the big bills this time. Childcare. Childcare is due on the 24th. Childcare, I believe, is a fixed. Yeah. 24. Childcare bill. Let's get it here. Oh, we don't have it over here. Let's see. Child care bill. Child care bill is $320. Ooh. Child care bill $320. All right. The next bill that we have for her that we have to make sure is paid. The last one is the electric bill. Okay. So the electric bill is electric bill we have. Here we go, $165. And that's a variable. And it is due on the 26th. Okay. This is the electric bill. It's $165. Let's go through and let's see. So we know that her total paycheck is $18.50. All right. Now we still have the credit card payments to add on here. We still got the credit card payments before we can total up everything. Okay. So let's total up these fixed expenses. $625 plus $85 plus $320. Her fixed expenses is $1,030. All right. Let's go over here. Groceries, she want to do $250, $165. Okay, that's $415. Okay, so let's see how much she's at. $1,445 right now. All right, so let's go ahead and take care of her credit card payments. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of the credit card payments. The first credit card payment that we have, as soon as I get it here, It's $75 that's due on the 20th. Both of them are due on the 20th. Okay. So we got credit card 1, credit card 2, because we don't want to put out anybody's personal information. Credit card 1 is $75 due on the 20th. Credit card 2 is $50. And that's for a total of $125. All right. So our total income for the month, because remember, she not doing any savings, no low priority, and no subscriptions. All right. So $1,850 is the total income. And then we have our credit card payments that are $125. We have our fixed expenses is $1,030, and our variable for $415. So let's do our $1,030 here, and then $415 for that. And that's how much we have for total expenses for this paycheck. Okay. So now we want to see what we have left over. $1,850, $1,570, not plus. $1,850 minus $1,570. All right. That's $280. Oh, that's the same amount from last paycheck. Right? So here it is. You have $280 from this paycheck and $285 from the last one. Now, what can we do with this $565? What can we also include? Each month includes 3, because some people do get paid 3 paychecks in a month. But like I said, I do have this free budget planner available in, if you DM me, I can send it over to you. If you're watching, please like the video. I also want to let you know that I do have a room called the Money Reset Room, and it's on school. It's also that access to that is also in the link in my bio. And then also, if you, are on and if you are watching, please, follow my page. All right. And this is the only kind of content that I post, every day. I try to educate people, through the word of God, and also through the knowledge and understanding that I have. I've been in finance for over 7 years now. I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done a lot of, good things. But it's all for the glory of God, and I do it all for the glory of God. And so the reason I'm on here is to educate people, is to let people know, their options, and know that they don't have to stay in the same place that you have been in. You do not have to stay in the same place that you have been in. But in order to come out of a place, you have to have a plan, right? The scripture tells us to write the vision, make it clear. And then when you go in and you give it out, people will be able to run to it. People will be able to run in it. So you have to have a clear plan, a clear vision to run with, so that you can come out of the place that you've been in. All right. So like I said, I have this budget planner completely free. You can DM me, you can follow me, and I will give it to you completely free. It's 12 months. I also have the Money Reset Room. We are resetting the way we think about money in 2026. We are resetting the way that we handle money in 2026. So I have the Money Reset Room, on school. You can there's access to it in the link in my bio as well. Just visit the link in my bio. I have all good, wonderful things there for you. All right. And also follow my TikTok page. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. All right. I'm on all 3 platforms, and I'm also on Threads. All right. So if you are on any of those platforms, follow me. It's the same name, Cara Shalea, on each of those platforms. All right. But like I said, with this free 12-month planner, each month is going to come with a calendar. Well, first it's going to come with a cover page. It's going to come with a cover page, and then it's going to come with the calendar. I know this is not in order, so excuse me, because we was flipping, and we was doing the do. All right. Here's the first page here that it comes with. We was doing the do. All right. So it comes with your monthly budget sheet. All right. It comes with your monthly budget sheet. We've done it. We've worked through a budget for someone. We did the budget. We went through it. It comes with this. I also cover this and more in my school room, on school. So we went through the monthly. We also went through, and this is the February 18th paycheck. February 18th. Where you at, 4th? Okay, here we go. The February 4th paycheck. All right. So we went through the first paycheck. So each month comes with a calendar. It comes with a monthly budget, and it comes with a paycheck budget. All right. So it comes with all of that. And then also, let's go here. Also, if you, I also do financial planning as well. But that is how you can go about budgeting and planning for a month of your finances. Okay, this was for the month of February. I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. And remember to always keep God first in everything that you do. All right, bye-bye. Remember to always keep God first.